did you both have conversations about working together in management? Obviously, Jack, you're going to continue to play, and obviously, Stuart, you're still going to play when you can. But yeah, whoever wants to take the lead, you can.
Yeah, we've always thought that eventually we will both work in management, coaching, or something together. But when the previous management kind of announced that they were leaving, we did have a conversation, but we thought it might be a little bit too soon for us. Certainly for Jack, obviously still playing. From my point of view, I probably wanted to eke out maybe another year of being involved on the pitch and maybe dipping my toe into coaching or something like that, just to see how I do get on with that side of the game. But yeah, that was always been the plan. It might have come a little bit earlier, but we didn't feel, when the opportunity came to us, we didn't feel we could really turn it down, to be honest, when we had discussions with the club. So
yeah, and obviously you've been part of the furniture at Felixstowe for a while, Stuart. And Jack, you re-signed, I think, at Felixstowe a few years back. How's that been, and how did the sort of conversation start with Felixstowe, you becoming joint managers?
Well, me and Stuart discussed it once. Like Stu said, the management left, and like I say, we thought it may be a bit, too soon for us. But once the chairman pulled us in for a meeting, and we sat down and discussed things, and we just thought, this is our club sort of thing, and these opportunities don't come around often to manage a great club like Felixstowe with the foundations and everything what Boards and Crumpy have left us. So we left it in good hands, and hopefully we can carry it on to successful times.
Yeah, because obviously it's been a successful last few years, being in the playoffs and losing out on those games, which has been frustrating. But, Stuart, you obviously, as I said, been part of the furniture for a very long time. Obviously, you've had two sort of separate spells there. Lots changed at Felixstowe. And, you've said you retained some players from last year, which is great. And you guys will build on that.
Yeah, I've been there 10 years now. This is my 11th year coming up. And the club has grown massively. When I first signed, we were probably, get 60 people through the gate if you're lucky. Now we're averaging, 450 people through the gate as an average attendance. So it's grown massively in the last 10 years, and that's, off the pitch as well as the clubhouse development that happened maybe 7, 8 years ago, whatever that was. So yeah, the whole club as a whole has grown massively over the last 10 years that I've been there. I've been really lucky to be a part of it. So we've obviously had a few successful seasons, the last few, and we want to kind of, obviously the ambition is to get to step 3. That is the ultimate goal that the previous management have, and it's certainly the goal that we have as management going forward.
You said you're going to be made the main man on the touchline. What sort of manager are you going to be, and you're going to sort of take anything from managers you've sort of worked under?
Now it's going to be new to us, obviously. I feel that I can take a lot from managers I've worked for, and try and implement that in my own kind of way. I want to have the bond between the players and myself and Jack. I'm hoping that that the lads at Harstane and the lads say we are going to be good managers to work for and to play for. The lads want to work hard for us, because that's ultimately what we want. We just want lads that want to work hard, and make a mistake, then mistakes happen, kind of thing. But we just want honest lads that are going to come and enjoy their football firstly, because like I said to you earlier, it's a little bit of a release from the day-to-day work and all the things that come with that. So we want those to come and enjoy their football, and who knows, I don't know what I'm going to be like on the sideline, to be honest with you. I know I'm quite feisty when I do play, but that may be different when I'm standing and watching, because I ultimately want to try and help the lads. The manager's the job to help the lads win games of football. So whatever I can do to do that, then that's what I'll try and do for them.
And Jack, I'm sure next season your ambitions is for promotion. How are you feeling about that? And how long do you reckon you'll be playing, until yourself?
Well, first of all, our aim is promotion. It's going to be tough. This league's tough. Obviously, going by our previous playoff failures. But that and the Suffolk Premier Cup and a good run in the FA Cup would be great for us this year. I think going back to the playing wise, I'm just going to play as long as I can. I'm still enjoying it. I still feel physically fit, so I'm just going to go until my legs give up, really. So just keep going until the manager benches me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Stu, you've got that power. On the day, like,
I have.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have. I can either have him out there when he's not in my ear, or sat next to me when he is in my ear. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, that's gonna be great, and because there's obviously a few like sort of brother sort of duos in football. Obviously, you got the Cowleys, who sort of maybe the sort of famous ones in non-league, and obviously they're at Colchester right now. But yeah, you're gonna be a bit of a double act, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be called worse names than that, in the next few months. There's plenty of Barry and Paul Chuckle comes to mind, but yeah, we've always wanted to work together. We have very similar thoughts on how the game should be played. So yeah, we come as a pair, and it's almost like it shares the responsibility, because I can imagine that certainly at this level, being a manager and being the one that takes the responsibility on is quite a big deal. So it's nice that I can work. We can work together and kind of share responsibility, and we've been doing that already in the last 2 to 3 weeks, where I've been speaking to certain players, Jack's been speaking to certain other players. Things off the field that we're kind of splitting, our time into concentrating on different things. So it's nice that you can share the not the burden, it's not the right word, but share the responsibility of the job with somebody else. It's certainly helpful at the moment, anyway.